So
it's the same conversation. You go 10, I go 9.
And you overrule me, so
9.
it goes 9. There has to be electricity somewhere.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're plugged into a socket, does it? That
but,
sounds to me like overly nice Andy.
Oh.
Too kind Andy.
Oh.
Andy's had a coffee, Andy.
Just jump off.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Well, it looks like a bit of everything. It's snooker, pool, darts, live sports, bar, food, and VIP room.
Yeah, VIP room. You could say VIP room. Absolutely brilliant. Steelers Sports Bar in Sheffield. That's where we are.
Well, Steelers, that's a bit of local ambience as well, isn't it? Steelers, the Steel City.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're good on that sort of stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
History
You
and
probably
stuff
know
like
it's a
that.
full Monty, you don't you?
Oh yeah, that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, let's get in. Let's get in and check it out. Matt, it's massive. It's a huge place. I'm expecting a lot of boards in here.
Lots of pool, lots of snooker. I've not quite seen the VIP room yet.
The VIP room, no, but
But darts.
I would have expected more than 3. My instant impression is I like the fact it's got its own little area.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's nice. They've separated
But you don't
it.
feel boxed in because this is glass.
Because it's glass,
so you can
yeah,
see through it.
That's clever, but I'm the same as you. I was expecting maybe 8. That being said, we've walked in, it's a busy place, but we can get on the boards. There's nobody on the boards, so the access is good. If I'm being fair, does it feel like a 6?
No. What does your shirt say? It says mission and it says
Harsh Andy.
Harsh Andy.
Yeah, and it's a hoodie, not a
That
shirt, but...
sounds to me like overly nice Andy.
Oh.
Too kind Andy.
Oh.
Andy's had a coffee, Andy. Look at the place, it's huge.
Right, so if we said
What's
we were
the footprint
expecting
here?
8, we're expecting 8 boards, there's only
Episode
3.
1, we went to the Prince of Wales in Ilkeston and
yeah,
they had 2
2
boards
and it
for
was
about
tiny.
50 people.
Yeah.
This has 3 boards.
3 boards for about
and
1,000
you're going
people.
to get
Yeah.
1,000 in it.
Yeah, okay. Was I being too generous? I like it when you let me be a little bit more.
Well, now I've said that, do you,
Yeah.
do you see my point? Do you
Yeah,
agree?
I do, but I can't go lower than 5.
I was thinking 5. Not too bad in regards to condition of the board. We've got a little bit of wear on the 8s, but in general, it's not too bad. It's been turned regularly. We're back to the branding on the top, so I think we've done one complete cycle.
Hang on a minute. We've now taken into account all the boards, Matt. There's only 3. We're taking them all into account. This has got round wires. It's been absolutely hammered. This looks like something from my era. This looks like something from the 1980s when Bristow and Lowe were hitting the hockey.
But if I was coming in here to play, this is where I'd be. Yes, access to play is not great, but this is the board I'd want to be on. We've got the modern day sort of spider wire system on this board, so I'm not going to be getting those bounce outs, no staples.
I'm at the other board now, mate, and this one's even worse. This one's got some of the wires have gone that far into the board. I'm surprised they're not coming out of the back of it.
Let's full disclosure this. That, 3 out of 10. That, 5 out of 10.
No,
What's this?
that 1 out of 10 and that 2 out of 10. There's no other boards. I'm giving this 6.
Okay, I was thinking 7.
Right.
But I've got to take a point off for the other 2, so I'll agree with you on 6.
I can't have this would be a 6 on its own, take the others into account, it's still a 6.
No, it was a 7.
No,
It's never been your skill, has it? Never been good for him, has it?
every time.
Wait till you watch this back.
It's always-
when you
look,
watch this back, you'll see
Somebody
it was a
spilled
7.
some Coke on there and everything.
It's still going.
Like this,
It was
like,
6 ages ago.
This bit's had it here.
It's still going.
This has had it here. This bit's raised here on the thing.
Yeah, it's still going, 6,
I'm thinking like 4, 5.
It's still going. The clip finished ages ago.
Right.
So, the measurements. Go on, say it. Got to introduce the category at every start.
Right, I'm going to
Right, the measurements.
Shut up. We're going to go straight back and do the diagonal. Before we do the height, I'll explain why. So, length. Oh, actually, yeah, it is. The length's absolutely spot on. Now, I've got to do the height in 2 measurements because we're going down to the raised hockey and then I'm going to have to measure the height of the raised hockey. Let's do this bit to here. Okay. And then we'll go here. the tiniest bit high, probably about half a centimetre.
We've
But
also
the
got to
length-
allow a little bit of leeway that we're doing it in parts and
We
you're not
are,
the most
and,
accurate, and your eyesight's going.
and the floor might not be level. Length was perfect. Usually when length's perfect, height's not far off. It was only a tiny bit. I'd give them the benefit of the doubt and go 9.
Okay.
Just hang on a minute. Push the button, nod the head, off we go.
You got to watch for the signal.
Wait for the.
He's told you all
Wait,
week.
there it is. I'm not going to introduce this category.
Well,
I'm just going to
hey!
kick it. How
Don't
about
take the
that?
whole
I'm
serious.
going to kick it, and it's going nowhere. Is it wide enough for you? Is there enough girth? You could throw from here if you want.
I couldn't, because I'll get in their way. He was playing
This
that
is
board.
the most girth we've had of any hockey in the series. Let me just get that one in.
Reminds me of Bradmore Farm. Remember
Okay.
that? They had the big hockeys. You loved that, and on that occasion, you went 10 and I went 9. And I think we're going to have the same debate here, because you're going to say it's great, it's wide, nothing's going wrong, it's not moving, it's an hockey, purple, everything.
Correct.
Just lacks a bit of ambience.
Oh, here we go. Here
No
we
mood
go.
lighting. If I'm thinking a 10 out of 10 hockey,
It's
a 10 out of
carpeted.
10 hockey has to have a bit of light.
It's been fixed. It's been built by a joiner. It's fixed. It's going nowhere. It's carpeted. They've even put a metal edge on it just for the wear and tear. You can't get a better hockey. How
Yes,
can
you
it
can.
be better?
I just told you.
Putting a light on it.
If it had some lights on it.
Some lovely little twinkly lights on it.
Some lights on the front, you know, light at the
I bet
front.
your
there,
house
a bit
at
of-
Christmas is like Blackpool illuminations in it. Well, I was at 10,
It's the
so
same conversation. You go 10, I go 9.
and you overrule
And
me,
it's a
so it
9.
goes 9.
Just jump off.
I knew you were gonna do that. So you know what this is, don't you?
A dart.
Hank Marvin. The shadows. Have you ever seen a bigger shadow than that?
Yeah, yours.
This is because we've got one spotlight above.
There's layers. Look, there's row 1, row 2.
Layers of lights.
Yeah. Spot for my board. Layer 2. Spots there. If you turn those to face this board, you will have a shadowless middle board, but you can't have all 3.
So you can only have one.
One perfect.
So we've still got the shadows on there.
So you can have 1 perfect or 3 with shadows.
There's no ring light. We like a ring light. There's no...
Where's the electric sockets? Can we even go, right, let's sort this out. Let's give them some Taurus
There has to
270.
be some electric because they've got lights.
What?
There has to be electric. There has to be electricity somewhere.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're plugged into a socket, does it?
No, they won't be plugged into a socket because they're lights. They're on a different circuit. But
So
if there's
what's that got to do with
It means
anything?
you could put a plug socket in. There's no ring lights because there's no sockets. I don't think that's the
Missing
reason.
something.
They've put lighting up and gone, that's the lighting. There's no ambience, I'll give you that. But there is lighting above the throw.
Have we got like a time slot to fill here or something? Because we're spending a lot of time on lighting.
Well, just give it as it is. It's a 4 out of 10, and then we'll move on.
Needs a bit more lighting, but I'm not sure how you're going to be able to fix that as there's no electric socket, so we can't use the modern day ring light, but still, 33, not a bad score here at the halfway stage. However, looking ahead to the categories in part 2, I think this venue's going to do really, really well.
I mean, as chalkboards go, this is ace.
I'd be a bit concerned about maybe rubbing off some of this nice artwork.
That's not chalk, that's painted on.
Yeah, but what if you've got like paint remover or something?
On your hands.
Yeah.
If you have paint remover on your hands, you probably have no flesh left. Chalkboard, 10 out of 10. I'm not seeing anything else.
Do you know what else I'm seeing as a problem? Home and away.
Yeah,
Home and away.
yeah.
But there's 3 boards. There's only space for 2 chalkers.
Seems weird
Well, maybe
that
it's
they've
these
done it
2
that way,
boards and
doesn't
that's
it?
the practice board and the chalker stands to the right.
It's strange that they've done that. Although I can see some stuff's been rubbed off over here, so maybe people have just written on it, on the bit that doesn't say home and away. No vaping inside. Adds to the
What's
chalkboard.
that got to do with chalkboard?
Well, it's on the chalkboard, so I just wanted to read it out. Please use designated smoking area. Give me the cons. No whiteboard. No electronic. No tablet?
Hold on.
No TV?
No, absolutely. No, you said, give me the cons of this scoreboard. The cons aren't not what it isn't. Just because there's not a whiteboard doesn't make con of this chalkboard. You said, give me the problems with this scoreboard.
You know what the weird thing is?
And then you name things that aren't here.
You can have as many options as you want here because it's big enough. Put some proper scoreboards in, put an electronic in.
Do you know what you really need here? You need a bit of paint stripper so you can take this off.
Right.
And just maybe, like you say, space it out a bit more.
3.
I think 3 is harsh because...
Well, 3's as near to 30% as I can get.
You can use it. And you can't mark it down too much on what it doesn't have. You go and mark it on what you do have.
So mark it whatever you want. There's no whiteboard, no electronics, no tablet, no TV, and yet you still want to give it more than 30%. Carry on.
I think 4's a little fairer. I was thinking 5, but I think you'd probably blow a gasket. So we'll go with 4. What we'll do, Andy, I'll get them out, you put them away. Seems a fair deal.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of brass.
Yeah, I am, but I'm seeing a lot of sets too.
This is where that venue we went to earlier in the series, where they had them in pouches, which said board 1, 6 darts, board 2, 6 darts.
Good idea.
This is where I think a lot of venues can really benefit from.
Right at the back, right at the back. 7 full sets. They do take money for darts, but they give it you back. Give us a tenner, bring the tin back full of darts, here's your tenner back.
How many tins do they have?
No, there's just 1 tin. Well, there's only 3 boards, so they kind of, you bring it over here, I guess.
3 boards.
So it's free
1,
in effect.
2, 3. Yeah, okay. We can
There's
all
enough,
play.
isn't there? Yeah. We've been to places that have got 10 boards and only 1 set of house darts, so they've thought about that,
Or none.
which is good. I think the deposit works, because you're not going to pay a tenner and run off with these, are you? So that works. It's just, there's no tungsten, really.
I would like to see these separated down into individual pots. Now, that's me being picky due to personal preference of what we saw earlier in the series. I thought that was a really good little feature.
Yeah, I did too, yeah.
There's darts to play with, it's just not the best. But as you said in a series before, if you go and pick these up and you play darts for the first time, oh, darts has been on the telly, I love the world of darts now, I want to give it a go, and you come out and play with those, first of all, you'll get a really strong appreciation for how hard the game is, because you're not going to be able to play with those, but also, if something's really difficult, does that be something that inspires you to want to play?
I don't think they're the worst brass darts we've ever seen. I like the fact of how many there are, so you could almost take your pick. There's no tungsten, but I'm still sort of between 6 and 7. What were you thinking?
That's the positive version, that right there. That's the positive
That's
version.
really positive.
I'm going to go with 7. 3 boards, tunnel effect. Now, with this, you're not going to get many tables in a row. You're going to have to do layers again.
Yeah,
where
layers.
It's sort of working back rather than people crowd. Because if you do start crowding, it's actually going to feel maybe quite intimidating in this environment because it is quite boxed in.
For me, this is a positive match day experience, but I'm not getting the same vibe from you.
See, I'm trying to represent everybody. I wouldn't mind this. This would be okay for me. Certainly if we're only using 1 board, if all 3 boards are in action, this is probably going to be a bit cramped up here. I don't think this is for everybody, but I like it.
Are we doing this on what we think?
We've got to summarise it. Matchday experience, is this a Super League venue?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
You think it is?
Yeah, I'd
Even
play
with the pool
Super League,
tables right there and all the balls clattering around.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've had this discussion before. Noise, I don't even hear it. All I can see is the treble 20. I don't even hear it. That's you. You see lights, you hear noise. To me, I like the cauldron effect. I like the fact there's windows there. I can see all the stuff that's going on. I'm focused on that middle board. Now, you've made a good point, actually, because as a Super League, there's nowhere to practice. So there is that. But match day experience, I'd love to be on that middle board.
I reckon this is a place where people like to come because match day food night will be burgers, hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
You know it's going to be good. I've also noticed QR codes on the table, so bosh, they'll come to the table. I don't have to go over there and queue up for 10 minutes.
This has got depth. If you did have 100 people, you say you're playing, it's exhibition night, there's room for them behind. They'd have to make it standing only. You can tell that I'm positive about the match day experience here. I'm up at 9. I really like it.
I was 7.
Were you?
Yeah.
Wow, well that's an unusual one for me to be. I can't even remember the last time I was 2 points higher than you.
I just think we should be in the middle. Anytime we're a bit Disagree?
So I get it now, right? So when we disagree, but you want your score, then it's your score that counts. But if I go higher than you, then we meet in the middle. Are you salivating at the menu?
I love the menu. Details. I am a big fan of hot dogs.
Oh, right.
Like, that is... If you said to me, right, Matt, for the rest of your life, all you can have is hot dogs, I'd be like, OK. Big fan of pulled pork.
All right.
Lots of different varieties of chicken. We've got tikka, we've got fajita, garlic breads, mushrooms. Do you know what? This isn't just, I'm going to have a game of darts and I'm going to have a little bit of scram on the side or I'm going to play. This is, I'd actually bring the missus here, apple pie.
Toilets are great. Car park at the front. Bit tight on spaces. There was only about 10-ish spaces. But that being said, there's a road at the side that you can park on.
Massive big screen TV. I've enjoyed
screens.
watching that. TVs all around the room. At the side of the bar, you've also got your nuts that you get in the pot, as Saharas, and next to that as well, a machine of pork scratchings.
Yeah.
So real quality there.
The Budweiser light, the Miller genuine draft light. It feels like an American pool hall, which is the vibe that I'm getting from the place. How comfy are the chairs? You know, so it's like time to eat. Let's go and have a nice comfy chair. Or, oh, I've done enough darts now. Auntie Betty's coming over. Let's go and have a coffee with Auntie Betty. We'll find some nice comfy chairs. She'll like that.
No way.
I
had a score. I had a score in mind. I was going to go 9 for facilities.
Holy.
But I'm tempted to give it the 10. And the reason I'm tempted to give it the 10, Andy, look at this, right? Jacket potato with cheese, £4.90. But if you want a jacket potato with beans and cheese, or a jacket potato with cheese and coleslaw, so you've got an option. Right. You can have coleslaw with it, or you can have beans with it.
Yeah. £5.90.
£5. It's only 10p more.
How can it be 10p more?
10p, look.
I have to leave one out there for that perfection.
I'm trying to work it out because the pricing seems a little all over the place. Now, they're good. They're good prices. But it does seem a little weird at times because we've just talked about the value of cheese.
Yeah.
And then a chip butty's £3.80, but cheesy chips are £4.80.
Yeah, but a chip butty is probably just the bread and a few chips inside it, whereas cheesy chips is probably a full plate. This is £1.70 a half, £3.40 a pint. Now, for a club, I think that's the cheapest we've come across.
Very weird one here. Now, I've been to Sea Life Centre on many occasions, and if you look here on the children's menu, fish fingers. I've never seen a fish have fingers before.
What else? Car park's free.
Free.
Darts is free.
Free.
Beer's cheap.
Menu's good. I've been dying to give this place a 10, and I think for value, in a city like Sheffield, this has to be a 10.
I'm called Harsh Andy for a reason.
Oh, don't start this. You can't mark this down.
But today, I agree with you.
At last.
So what a comeback in part 2 with a massive 38 in part 2, only let down by Scoreboard. Some really big scores there. Overall, 71 feels about right for Steelers, but do you know what? A couple of little categories could easily be improved there to get them up in the 80s, but I enjoyed my time, would definitely spend some time there playing darts.
Is the board fascia on the skirting board?
Shut up, Matthew.
When I said to you about the lights can be static or that, you went, but you can't have it your way. You want to come in and shut down 90% of the room.
Oh, we're coming under the pagoda now for an arty shot.
You're not going to give me no figures, you're just going to talk about the concept.
Rate My Oche! Rate My Oche!